Hello, all, welcome to English for You. Today, we are going to discuss another romantic comedy of William Shakespeare, Twelfth Night. Shakespeare wrote this play near the middle of his career, probably in the year 1601. Twelfth Night is the only one of Shakespeare's plays to have an alternative title. The play is actually called Twelfth Night or What You Will. Twelfth Night is usually considered to be a reference to the Epiphany or Twelfth Night of the Christmas celebrations, that is January 6th. Now, let's get to know the main characters of the play. Viola, the protagonist, is a young woman of aristocratic birth who also disguises herself as a young man named Cesario to become a page to Duke Orsino. Orsino is a powerful nobleman in the country of Illyria. The next character, Olivia, is a wealthy, beautiful, and noble Illyrian lady who is courted by Orsino as well as Sir Andrew Aguecheek. Sebastian is Viola's lost twin brother. Malvolio is the head servant in the household of Lady Olivia, who is tricked by Sir Toby, who is Olivia's uncle, and Maria, another servant of Olivia. Feste is the clown or the fool of Olivia's household. Sir Andrew Aguecheek is a friend of Sir Toby who attempts to court Olivia. Antonio is a man who rescues Sebastian after his shipwreck. Now let's get into the summary of the play. The play begins at Illyria, where Duke Orsino lies around listening to music, lovesick for Lady Olivia. He cannot have her because she is mourning for her dead brother and refuses to entertain any proposals of marriage. She has sworn to have nothing to do with men for 7 years, spending the time to mourn for her dead brother. On the coast of Illyria, there has been a shipwreck in which the sole survivor is a young woman named Viola who is stranded on a beach. She has heard reports that her twin brother Sebastian was drowned at the sea. In spite of her grief, she decides to be positive and seeks a job in Illyria. She has heard of the Duke and with help of a sea captain, she disguises herself as a boy named Cesario and is appointed as a page in Orsino's household. Orsino, determined to woo Olivia, sends Viola, now known as Cesario, to do it on his behalf. The first complication is that Viola has fallen in love with Orsino at the first sight. And after an attempt to woo Olivia for Orsino, Olivia too falls in love with the disguised Viola. Olivia sends his steward Malvolio to deliver Cesario a ring from her. Olivia has a large household with several servants and guests including her fat, gluttonous, drunkard uncle Sir Toby Belch, who lives permanently with her. He has welcomed the absurd Sir Andrew Aguecheek, who is visiting him in the hope of being able to woo his niece, and encourages him in his hopeless venture, taking money from him and making fun of him. Their late night drinking and carousing has angered Malvolio, who threatens them. With the help of Maria, they use a false letter to trick him into believing that Olivia is in love with him. In the letter, she tells the black-clad Malvolio to appear in yellow stocking and cross garters. He does that and Olivia is horrified, who mistakes Malvolio to be mad and is locked away in a dark cell. We now learn that Viola's twin brother Sebastian has also survived the shipwreck, who with the help of Antonio, a pirate captain, comes to Illyria. He meets Olivia, who thinks he is Cesario and declares her love for him and intends to marry him. Sir Andrew, jealous of the disguised Viola, led on by Sir Toby, challenges the young page to a duel. Antonio, passing by, thinking that Cesario is Sebastian, intervenes the duel and is recognized by the police as the wanted pirate, and he is then arrested. The confusion is resolved when everyone sees the twins together. The plot against Malvolio is exposed and he is freed, assuring the plotters that he will get his revenge on them. Orsino realizes that he is in love with Viola and promises to marry her as soon as she dresses as a woman, whereas Olivia and Sebastian celebrate their union. This is a plot summary, and now let's see the general themes of the play. First is the theme of love. Almost every character in Twelfth Night experiences love. And despite the fact that the play offers a happy ending in which the various lovers achieve wedded bliss, Shakespeare also shows that love can cause pain. Love is also exclusionary. While some people achieve romantic happiness, others like Malvolio and Antonio suffers from unrequited love. The next theme is madness. The theme of madness in the play often overlaps with love. Orsino talks about the faculty of love producing multiple changing images of the beloved similar to hallucinations. Olivia remarks at certain points that her desire for Cesario is driving her mad. Apart from this metaphorical madness, the play also has multiple characters who seem to go literally mad. As part of the prank that Maria and Sir Toby play on Malvolio, they convince that he is crazy. And the confusion that results from the twins mixing up also leads many of them to think that they have lost their minds. The last theme is gender and sexual identity. Twelfth Night is one of Shakespeare's transvestite comedies, a category that also includes As You Like It and The Merchant of Venice, in which the female protagonists, for one reason or another, have to disguise themselves as young men. Viola's disguise as a man, and her disguise which fools Olivia into falling in love with her, is genuinely funny. But on a more serious note, however, Viola's transformations into Cesario and Olivia's impossible love for him or her also implies that maybe the distinctions between male and female and hetero or homosexualities are not as absolutely firm as one might think. For instance, at times, Olivia seems to be attracted to Cesario because he is such a womanly looking man, while Orsino at the end of the play seems as attracted to Cesario as he is to Viola. Next, let's discuss some important quotations from the play. The play begins with Orsino's comment on love, which goes on like, "If music be the food of love, play on. But I am a greater eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit," says Sir Andrew, reflecting upon his foolish and rather timid demeanour. "I'll do my best to woo your lady, yet a bareful strife. Whoever I woo, myself would be his wife," says Viola, holding back her affections to Orsino. "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them," remarks Malvolio, thinking about his union with his mistress Olivia, which might lead towards him becoming a wealthy man. "And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenge," says Feste the fool in the final act of the play. And that's all for today, guys. If you like our contents, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for further updates. Thank you and happy learning.